Fiscal Cliff.
Good afternoon, CTA mismanagement. It's time for a safety meeting. Safety meeting at the park. Safety meeting. Stay right there in the building. Don't leave. Don't leave. We want you to stay busy. I know you CTA mismanagers are real busy right now. You're sitting on your rear ends, figuring out ways that you can slack off, goof off, and write us up for getting sick, for getting hurt. They say there's a fiscal cliff. CTA mismanagement and the politicians are saying that they're going to cut service on the CTA buses and the trains. Because there's a fiscal cliff. Like the fiscal cliff just appeared out of nowhere. The fiscal cliff is the consequences of mismanagement. The fiscal cliff is the consequences of greed. The fiscal cliff is the consequences of abusing CTA workers, taking advantage of the riders, and being greedy and stingy. They say it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is coming up, they say. Well, at the CTA, it's not Thanksgiving, it's Thanks-taking. Because all they do is take. They take from the CTA workers at this place. They take our lives, and they steal our money, and they punish us when we get sick and we get hurt because they're too goddamn cheap to take care of this equipment over here. We got these jacks over here on track C. Every time they go up and down, the whole goddamn building shakes. We got iron rubbing on iron with these giant trains going up and down. They're not going to do anything in this place until the train falls on somebody and kills somebody. We have a CTA worker right now who's severely injured because CTA mismanagement was ignoring our warnings about defects on these jacks, and he tore up his back. A year ago, we had another one that slipped and fell in a pit because they used the pit to remove graffiti from the trains. It's the wrong area. It's not the proper facility for it. So people slip and they get hurt. We have grinders in this shop over here. We have grinders that don't have the proper vacuum and don't have the proper dust collection. They're poorly maintained. We're keeping them together with zip ties and duct tape. Zip ties and duct tape. We're keeping stuff together in this shop. The largest rail maintenance shop in the Chicago Transit Authority. And we're putting things together with zip ties, little plastic ties, and duct tape. And we tell the managers over and over and over and over, oh, we'll get a work order. Oh, we'll get a work order. Here another person gets hurt. Another person gets sick. Oh, we're going to get a work order. Going to get a work order. Look at this giant building right here. You see on the camera just a little bit of it. Do you know there's not a single janitor in this building? The CTA mismanagement is so goddamn cheap that they don't want to put janitors in here. They don't want to hire more janitors. They make, you know who cleans it? We clean it. The mechanics and the people who clean the trains, the servicers. Our job is to maintain the trains, not to maintain the facility. The bathrooms smell like people die in them every single damn day. We got garbage piled up right now in there. Hot, this high. Garbage. Smells like a freaking garbage dump in this building. What the hell is wrong with you goddamn people? What do you think we are? You think we're animals? as hell. Smells like a goddamn garbage dump in that building. I want Mr. Doorbell Carter, and I want Mr. Donovan, and I want you Vice President of such and such and so and such and such. I want you and Mayor Brandon Johnson, Governor Pritzker, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden. Come inside this building and tell me if you can work inside this funky, messed up, degenerate building more than 5 minutes, and I bet none of you 6-digit salaried buffoons could stand it. We work in this place every freaking day, 24 hours a day, and it smells like death. It smells like garbage. We're sick. We're dying. We're CTA workers. We keep this city moving. We deserve better. The riders deserve better. And shame on the CTA mismanagement for disrespecting the people, disrespecting the workers. We don't even have the proper tools. I'm a mechanic in this place. I repair these trains with my coworkers. They don't give us the proper tools. We got to go find some tool laying around the shop to try to fix the train. You wonder why these trains are delayed. You wonder why these trains are defective. It's because of the management. It's because of the CTA management. They don't want to give us the tools. Our railroad cars, our trains are computer powered. You need laptop computers to troubleshoot these trains, the problems, and to fix them. They don't give us laptops. Got 50 people working in here, and we got to share 2 broken laptops. You wonder why, dear riders, your trains are delayed. It's because the CTA mismanagement doesn't want to give us the tools to do our job. And I know the riders are upset with us. But it's not our fault. We do the best we can. I'll give you an example today. Like many of my coworkers, I take pride in my job inspecting these rail cars to make sure they're safe for the riders and my coworkers. And I followed my best of my ability these bulletins and these rules. Inspect. And then if I have time, repair. Well, they're never happy with that. They want me to hurry up and inspect and then do the repairs. Rush, rush, rush. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Now they're cutting overtime. Yeah, they want us to work faster. Faster and quicker. No more overtime for you ungrateful CTA workers, says the stingy CTA mismanagement. And we're certainly not going to pay you what you're worth. So hurry before we write you up with a poor work performance procedural violation. And then they write us up because we don't work fast enough. Cutting corners. How you doing, sir? Right here in this building, people come here and they get demoralized. We got managers that come in here with their little iPhones, taking pictures. Maybe they catch someone on the midnight shift dozing off. What do you expect for a human being to do? You no good, rotten mismanager. It's midnight. We're human beings. We're not nocturnal. We're not rats and roaches like you. You're rats and roaches, we know that. That's why you're up all the time, taking little pictures. I could doze off for 5 minutes, and you write me up with a behavioral violation on my record and suspend me. No, don't let it be a second chance, worker. They'll fire them immediately. Yeah, second chance, second class. Right here, slavery at the CTA. Not only do we have a garbage dump in this building, but we have slavery in here. Slavery. Slaves. We got homeless CTA workers. That's what I said. Homeless. houses and under bridges, and they work 40 hours a week at the CTA. These people in this building elected me to speak for them, and I'll stand alone because I ain't scared of none of y'all suckers, because you can't do a damn thing to silence the truth. And you know it hurts, but it needs to, because the truth needs to be told. The Chicago Transit Authority, since 1997, has totally destroyed, pitted, cannibalized, bastardized, commoditized the CTA public transportation system in Chicago. Ever since they killed the conductor craft. That's right, we had two-person crews on our trains. Now you got one poor soul in charge of 8 cars all day and all night. It's a shooting gallery up there. Shooting drugs, shooting bullets. And then they write up the poor operators. And they make us go and retrieve the video so that they can be punished. Pitting worker against worker. We have a collective bargaining agreement, the Amalgamated Transit Union and the CTA. The CTA mismanagement violates this contract every single day. Every single day they violate it. From Article 1 to Article 20. I could tell you a million stories about how the CTA mismanagement spits on our collective bargaining agreement. We have something called the grievance process. It's in Article 16. First paragraph clearly states that whenever there's a dispute between the worker and the management, it should be resolved at the work location prior to invocation of the grievance procedure. Do they do that? Never! These people never do it. They just write you up and they say, just take it. No, we're not going to talk about it. No, I don't like that worker. That's why I wrote him up. Too bad. Grieve it. Just grieve it. Just grieve it. Just grieve it. Grieve it. Just grieve it. Just grieve it. Grieve it. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Got a little Michael Jackson, CTA mismanagers. Just grieve it. Just grieve it. Grieve it. That's what they say. Just grieve it. Spitting on our contract. I'm sitting there. I'm elected to help these poor people, and all they tell me is, no, we're not going to talk about it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Check this out. These people at another shop, we have many shops, not just this one. We have Rosemont shop on the Blue Line. They wrote up a worker for getting his finger smashed. And he reported it. And then they wrote him up because he reported it. So I went to the manager. I'm sitting there with him. Oh, well, then what is he supposed to do to install this piece of equipment? The manager said, oh, he's supposed to do such and such and so and so. I said, give it to me in writing. Where is the bulletin? Where is the standard operating procedure? Where is the policy that you are discussing this about? He said, we don't have it. Everybody knows it. Oh, really? So you're going to write up somebody. CTA mismanagement is going to write up somebody for violating a rule that does not exist. And then they tell us, just grieve it. That is a violation of Article 16. And any union worth its salt will go to war with any employer that refuses to follow the collective bargaining agreement. Not only are you in violation of the contract, but you are in violation of the Illinois Labor Relations Act. Therefore, anything in Section 17 is fair game. What is Section 17? Go look it up. It's homework. Got homework for you. Our contract says whenever they got to send one of us workers onto the railroad tracks, they have to provide a radio. a radio, a two-way radio, a walkie-talkie. Do they do that? No. They don't. Our collective bargaining agreement, attachment O, says the second chancellors are to clean the rail cars at the rail stations. What do these people do? What does CTA mismanagement do? CTA mismanagement makes them go clean the cars in the yard. They make them do the general cleaning. They make them do exterior wash. Sometimes they make them sweep and clean the toilets. So here they are. They're getting a full-time rail car servicer and a full-time janitor out of a $15 an hour worker with no benefits, probably dealing with homelessness. Yeah, that's a violation. It's another violation. Violate the contract. Repent. CTA mismanagement, you're in violation of the contract. And Brother Eric, the union rep, is here to remind you that your time is limited. So you better get your act together, because these people aren't going to take it anymore. They're really pissed off, and that's what they tell me. Got another slave job over here at the CTA. It's called Customer Service Assistant. Got another one called Full-Time Temporary Flagman. More exploitation. More people that deal with homelessness. Yep, working 40 hours at the CTA, dealing with homelessness. Yep, that's the truth. You could say I'm a liar, but go ahead. I know the workers I talk to ain't lying. I bet you all didn't know. You know, over in this giant facility, in every CTA facility, all the workers in the unions don't have sick days. So what does that mean? That means when we get sick, we come to work. Yes, sir. If we go to work sick, then we spread it around and make each other sick. And we take the sickness home. And we make our family sick. And we make our neighbors sick. We're sick and tired of being sick. We want sick days, goddammit. We deserve sick days. It's a frickin' state law. How dare you write us up and punish us and call it excessive absenteeism. You've been sick, excessively absent because you're sick. This is insanity. First in 2019, it was the city ordinance. And the goddamn CTA mismanagement and the boot-licking, boss-loving, so-called union presidents said, well, if we're going to have to give you sick days, we're going to have to give up something. Really? What else do we have to give up? We got nothing to give up. You're taking our money, taking our pay. 50% of the money we make is taken back out. This place is insane. Not only do we not have sick days, but the management uses the write-ups to retaliate against us when they don't like what we're doing. Like me. Yeah. Hey, we're going to get them. We're going to get them. Yeah, go ahead, try to get me. Because if God has his way, the hole you dig for me is going to be the hole you fall in, sucker. So go ahead, do what you got to do. I'm going to do what I do. And I was elected by these people to speak up for them, and that's what I'm going to do.